anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's the 49ers going up against the Chiefs. So let's get you out to Kansas City as we say hello to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. For the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Here's the Chiefs punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. Stays on his feet. It'll be a 45-yard punt, and couple that with a loss on the return. And the Niners are going to take possession, albeit deep in their own territory. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Steps away. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
To throw is RG3, surveying the field. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Fielded just inside the 30. So a change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. And now here comes Kansas City. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3-and-out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too. And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
And here's the offense today that hopes to get off to a strong start. They go play action with Gurley. Now gone. And he fires one, but incomplete. Kelsey, the intended receiver there, and it's 4th down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession. See if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Now it's Griffin. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. On second down, here's Griffin. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. The one running back is Gurley. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Here's Goff. It's Hill, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
No gain on the play there, second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Green 39, green.
Again, they run with Gurley. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Charles Johnson's stock in trade is coming off the edge and getting to the quarterback. But he knows how to make some of those subtle moves inside to help in the run game, and he did it right there.
He's an athlete back in high school, played football, basketball, track, so he's a mobile guy.
Mobile guy, made a nice play against the run.
So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on third down. Throwing on third, Goff dumps it off to Gurley. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down. Here's Cairo Santos now for the Chiefs field goal. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good, and the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So after slogging through a scoreless first quarter, we have action on the scoreboard. A field goal makes it 3-0.
Well, with these two offenses, we weren't going to stay 0-0 forever, were we? I'm not sure that this opens the floodgates, but I doubt that's the last scoring we're going to see.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. They go back to the air here after the INT. Now he's going to throw deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. RG3 outside of the pocket. You know that's where he can be really dangerous with the feet or here the arm.
And that scares defenses in a big way because his ability to break rank.
Now look out, Griffin hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On second down, Griffin. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
3rd and long. It's Griffin. He's got time in the pocket. And that is incomplete. Chris Gregg, his tight end, was the intended target. And that brings up 4th down. So now on 4th down, Mike McCarthy will turn to his field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
They come out here in the eye. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him. We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Now Griffin on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And he's got room. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll make it 2nd down. And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
They go play action here on 1st down. Buying time to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. 2nd and 10. Once again, Griffin. Over the middle to Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. These guys told us, these guys being the coaches, they wanted to really stretch the field, get the ball down deep. They were able to do that here.
And you know when you stretch the field, you often leave guys in one-on-one situations, and that allows your better athletes to go up and get the football. I love the preparation that they put into this. They made it a priority, and they got what they expected.
On first down, Griffin. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now first and goal.
Love the run right there. And when you analyzed him coming out of college, when you tried to put a grade on him, you saw the flashes while he was in school, but you didn't see the full production. You didn't see the finished product. He's a little bit raw, but you can see why people liked him. Those types of runs make you think there's plenty more there, and we'll see if that continues for him.
Off the play fake. Here's Griffin. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
To throw is RG3. And he is going to lose yardage here. And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Griffin. They'll roll him out right. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket. Maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And their inclination is to go towards the sidelines as fast as the quarterback is as well. Hard for them to throttle down to leave themselves with enough room to stay in bounds and catch the ball.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Griffin steps away to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. When I watched Jared Goff on tape at Cal, I saw a guy who wasn't just a dart thrower. You know, a lot of people said, he's perfect for the West Coast offense. I always thought he could do a little bit more, and that was the reason why. He can push it downfield. He has a good, strong arm.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Partner, I think the easy thing now would be to just abandon the run and start throwing the football at all costs. But I've been in so many games where it doesn't work running the ball. It doesn't work running the ball. And then something pops, and now you get something going. I'm not so sure to just abandon your game plan this early in the second half.
He sets to fire deep. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Fielded about a yard deep. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain.
Now look out, Griffin hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. But an alert 49er able to gain possession, so they will indeed hold on to the pigskin. Or call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll come out in the pistol. Griffin. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down. So they tried runs on first and goal and second and goal, got stonewalled. Now from here, they've got to throw, right?
I would think so, and I would think you also maybe want to come up with something different in terms of formation. Maybe spread things out a little bit. Even though you're down near the goal line where things are tight, get it spread out a little bit and try and find some room to operate.
Now Dan Carpenter to try a field goal here. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
And a little dangerous there, almost a penalty, but it does get into the end zone before going over the sideline for a touchback. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, get into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you think to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
Try to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Antoine Blake. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
That one goes for 24 yards. And a nice little pass and catch there on the corner route.
Set up very well by the receiver with a head and shoulder fake inside before he comes back downhill to his quarterback.
Sliding out of the pocket. And his throw here's incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And it's second down. Play action. Now Griffin rolling to his right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Play action. It's Griffin. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target. And that brings up fourth down.
third down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
They'll indeed go for it with Griffin. Now look out, Griffin hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. The one running back is Gurley. And he'll get it up the middle. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Goff now looks to throw. And his throw is incomplete. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. And now the 49er offense ready to go and getting back out onto the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And a great spot to start this drive from here. And the D looking like they may blitz. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. A play fake to Gurley. Now Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down.
All right, let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys are always taught, find the first down sticks and make the play. On defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. They go play action. Griffin, he'll buy some time right. Caught right side, Tate. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. They'll roll him out right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Second down following the incompletion. They go play action with Griffin. Caught left side, Williams. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And out come the Chiefs now. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get into the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
The one running back is Gurley. He's going to get the football. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run. And they'll be left with a 3rd and 13. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down. They go play action with Gurley. Now gone. And that is incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed it.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit. My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
Now Griffin, and he finds his tight end, Chris Gregg. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Halfback sent in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Griffin. Flushed out right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
In motion right is Tate. He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got the stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big...
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now it's 2nd and 7. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. A strong running. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And Allen's got it. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
And the 49ers going to take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And they take a knee. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And now we've got whistles. I think we had a defender too eager to go for the block. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Defense showing blitz.
All right, here we go. Green, 30. Detroit! Detroit! Check 99. Back 99, Philly. Here we go. Hot! 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 Hot!
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on here to punt it away. First kick 47. This one looks good as well. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. To the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle. They couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Kansas City, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll have a chance at redemption next.